People who say they're suicidal
I think people bereaved by suicide don't want to talk about their love story. Uncomfortable topic. I think they don't quite enjoy the idea of it written on their face.
My brother Bruce died by suicide on February 14th, Valentine's Day, 2023. When I think of him, I mainly find myself thinking of this boy that was my confidant, my protector, my partner in crime. Prior to his suicide, I had never really taken seriously the idea that somebody close to me would do that. In the weeks and months after he died, my perspective changed. Yeah, I have become acutely aware that it is a much more prevalent thing than I would have guessed a year ago.
I feel like we all have up and downs. The problem is that when you're younger, it's the first time you experience downer and it feels like that's it. And I started struggling with suicide when I was around that age. It's a myth to say that those who are suicidal are just attention seeking, and I feel like it's one of the most dangerous ones. In my case, I feel like because I felt so alone, it wasn't something that you share. And I think that normalizing and just offering help and talking about it and talking about other alternatives is what really saved lives.
Colin, my husband, took his own life just about 6.5 years ago. Colin had a very good life, he had a very good job. He had a lot of varied interests and a lot of different friendship groups. It was unstoppable, really. But if enough smallish things go wrong, they can add up to a big thing, and that can start to affect the way you think. What people don't understand, by and large, is that whatever drives somebody to take their own life is an illness in the same way as cancer or a heart attack or any of the other things that kill people.
My best friend, Comrade, I met him when I was 13 and we stayed very close friends until his death in 2022. Talking about the good times and the good moments reframes what is a traumatic experience to a comforting thought around the death. And if you can pin that to your grief, you are able to remember how wonderful it was to have those moments with the person that you have lost.
It's almost as if having two parts of yourself exist in cohesion. I think that's the image I would have of my grief. I lost my younger sister to suicide about 1.5 years ago. On the last day of the 12-day mourning period was my final round of interviews to get into drama school. And then kind of immediately moved to London to start my master's degree. I think in a way it cushioned the grief for me a little bit. But also at the same time it meant that I did not deal with it at all until maybe 3 months ago. It's formed its own body and now exists alongside me, and so I'm kind of learning how to combine the two and exist as one person. All of us are on different trajectories in terms of grief.